Bismillahi allazi la yadurru ma'asmi shay'un fil ardi wala fis samai wa sami'ul alim. They say that in the name of Allah, who with his name nothing can cause harm in the earth nor in the heavens. And he is the all-hearing, the all-knowing. I will send you this to recite it 3 times any time during the day. Inshallah, will you be able to review this surah, Wal Adiyat? Are you comfortable or you want it to?
Yes, I think, yeah, I'm comfortable.
You're comfortable? Hello?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, who is not comfortable with Adiyat? Do you all know the surah? Do you want to review the surah? Are you comfortable?
Yeah, we're comfortable.
Huh? Aisha? Muhammad? They are
Yes.
comfortable. Ababakar? Amina? Are you comfortable? Fatima? Sadia?
Yeah.
You all comfortable with this surah?
Yeah.
Do you want to try to read this surah, the whole surah, the entire surah?
Okay.
Yes. Bismillah. Who's going to go first? Are you comfortable in reciting the surah or reading the surah? Or both?
Reading.
Reading.
Yeah.
Good. Who's going to read?
I'll go.
Raise hand. Bismillah, Sadia.
Bismillah. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Wal adiyati dabhan, fal muriyati qadahan, fal mughirati subhan, fa asarna bihi naq'a, fa wasatna bihi jam'a, innal insana li rabbihi lakanud. Wa innahu ala zalika la shahid. Wa innahu li hubbil khairi la shadid. Afala ya'lamu iza bu'sira ma fil qubur wa khusira ma fis sudur. Inna rabbahum bihim yawma izin la khabir.
Yes, Sadia, I just wanted to remind you to work on your the structure of these alphabets, the wording, because sometimes it seems that you're stretching the words too much.
Okay.
Like the vowels, be careful about the vowels. Innal, just say the vowel as it is. Innal insana li rabbihi lakanud. Because if you say, I have the impression that you're saying lakanud. Lakanud is different of lakanud, different from lakanud, right? Wa innahu ala zalika la shahid. Don't say la shahid. You know, because if you say la shahid, he witnessed that. But la shahid, there is no witness. Didn't see. So it's different, you see. Okay, thank you. Muhammad, you're going to go read the whole surah.
Recite.
Reading.
I'll read it.
You want to recite it or read it? If you're comfortable reciting it?
I'm going to recite.
Recite. Okay, let's go back to the screen is here. Okay, good. Go ahead.
Now. أعوذ بالله من الرحمن والعاديات ضبحا فالموريات قدحا فالمغيرات صبحا فأثرن به نقعا فوسطن به جمعا إن الإنسان لربه لكنود وإنه على ذلك لشهيد وإنه لحب الخير لشديد أفلا يعلم إذا بشر ما في القبور وبشر ما في الصدور Inna rabbahum bihim yawma izin lahabir.
MashaAllah, Tabarakallah. Great, you passed the challenge. Inshallah. Next is Yasin. What you gonna do?
Yes.
Reciting or reading?
Um.
Are you comfortable with reciting or are you comfortable with reading the text?
Can I read?
Sure. Go ahead.
والعاديات
Start from the beginning. How do you start a surah?
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Before that, to
أعوذ
clear the
بالله
space.
من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعاديات ضبحا والموريات قدحا.
Yeah, look again. You say wal muriyati. Is it wal muriyati?
الموريات قدحا فالمغيرات صبحا فأثرن به نقعا فوسطن به جمعا إن الإنسان لربه لكنود وإنه على ذلك لشهيد وإنه لحب الخير لشديد أفلا يعلم إذا بعثر ما في الصدور
أفلا يعلم
في القبور
أفلا يعلم
إذا بعثر ما في القبور وحصل ما في الصدور إن ربه بهم يومئذ لخبير.
How do you read this?
إن ربهم بهم يومئذ لخبير.
Mashallah, the reading test been passed. So who's next? Us two? What do you want to do?
Recite.
Recite, mashallah. Let me lower the window. Good. Go ahead.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Before that, what do you say? Before Bismillah.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wal adiyati dabha fal muriyati qadha fal mugriyati subha fatna bihi nakka fawastana bihi jam'an innal insana li rabbihi lakanud wa innahu ala zalika la shahid wa innahu li hubbi khayri la shahid afala ya'lamu
wa innahu li hubbil khayri
la shadid la shadid afala ya'lamu iza buthira ma fil qubur wa husila ma fi sudur inna rabbahum bihim yawma idhin lakabir.
Afala ya'lamu idha bu'thira. What did you say?
Buthira ma fil qubur.
Ma fil qubur. Wa husila
ma fi sudur.
Ma fi sudur. MashaAllah. Tabarakallah. Alhamdulillah. So who's gonna go next? Reading or reciting? Wanna try? All the other candidates should try. They shouldn't. You just wanna go ahead and Fatima, mashallah. You wanna recite or read?
I'll recite.
You recite? Mashallah. Yeah. Go ahead.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعاديات ضبحا فالموريات قدحا فالمغيرات صبحا فأثرن به نقعا
فأثرن به نقعا
أو فوسطن به جمعا إن الإنسان لربه لكنود وإنه على ذلك لشهيد وإنه لحب الخير لشديد أفلا يعلم إذا بعثر ما في القبور وحصل ما في الصدور إن ربهم بهم يومئذ لخبير.
MashaAllah. Tabarakallah. Ababakar, wanna try? What do you wanna do, Ababakar? You wanna recite or read?
Recite.
Recite, mashallah. Go ahead.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعاديات ضبحا فالموريات قدحا فالمغيرات صبحا فأثرن به نقعا فوسطن به جمعا إن الإنسان لربه لكنود وإنه على ذلك لشهيد وإنه لحب الخير لشديد أفلا يعلم إذا بؤصر ما في القبور وحصل ما في الصدور إن ربهم بهم يومئذ لخبير.
Mashallah, Abu Bakr. Good job. Yasin, you want to try reading or reciting?
Reciting.
Recite, mashallah. Go ahead.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
What is before that?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعاديات ضبحا فالموريات قدحا فالمغيرات صبحا فعثرن به نقعا فوسطن به جمعا إن الإنسان لربه لكنود وإنه على ذلك لشهيد وإنه لحب الخير لشديد أفلا يعلم إذا بعثر ما في القبور وحصل ما في الصدور إن ربهم بهم يومئذ لخبير.
MashaAllah, Yasin. Tabarakallahu. Who else wanna test his reading or recitation? Aisha? Mashallah.
Oh, I will say. والعاديات ضبحا فالموريات قدحا.
Can you speak a little louder?
Yeah.
Raise voice a little bit. Yeah.
من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعاديات ضبحا فالموريات قدحا فالمغيرات صبحا فأثرن به نقعا ووسطن به جمعا إن الإنسان لربه لكنود وإنه على ذلك لشهيد وإنه لحب الخير لشديد أفلا يعلم إذا بعثر ما في القبور وحصل ما في الصدور إن ربهم بهم يومئذ لخبير.
MashaAllah, fatabarakallah, ahsanul khaliqin. You all pass a test of reading or reciting, which is very good. So, do you understand the meaning of this surah, word by word or context? You've been reading the other day, but still, is it clear in your head that you understand these contexts, different ayahs, right?
Yes.
You don't? What does it mean, adiyati dabahan? Do you know adiyati? What does it mean? Adiyati, it's coming from the root adu, which means to run. To run, right? To run for the enemy, to go against the enemy, go towards the enemy in order to fight the enemy, to run. So dabah, do you know what does it mean?
No.
Dabahan, return that this is a sound coming out of the chest of a horse when it's running, right? We defined that the other day, we studied it, right?
Oh, it's snorting.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, snorting, we say that word, yes. The sound coming out of the chest of a horse when it runs fast and breathes laboriously, right? Some others, they call it panting, right? Panting. So the muriyat, what does this mean? Pardon? Ira is because the verb is muriyat, the verb that is coming from is ira. So the muriyat, what does it mean? Because the infinitive of the muriyat means to strike, right?
Fire.
To strike or produce fire, right? to strike or produce fire. You remember that? Because why it is producing fire, where the fire is coming from, with the contact with the particular piece of wood. That's what the horse with the shoe horse, right? You call it, right?
Yes.
Okay, particular piece of wood. The word qadh. Now the word qadh means to strike or produce fire with the flint. There are different meaning, right? Flint.
Okay.
Because it's striking sparks of fire when the horse runs fast on a rocky ground. Do you see that?
Yes.
On a rocky ground with horseshoe. The horseshoe on, when there is a horseshoe, and then that contact, it's striking. So the way it's striking, it produces fire, the flint. So striking sparks of fire when the horse runs fast. So remember that. That's for muriyati qadahan. How about wal mughirat? Mughirat is coming from igara. So mughirat, the infinitive means to attack. They attack because they were attacking the enemy. They invaded the enemy, right?
Yes.
So they attack or make a sudden hostile excursion upon. So they just invade and all of a sudden they just rush into it, the enemy's camp. So that's mughirati. When they say subhan, what does it mean subhan? They did that mean morning or dawn, subh, right? When they attack, they appear, they just take them by surprise. They just come in the morning, in dawn, morning time. This time has been specifically mentioned because why? It was the the practice of Arabs to attack their enemy at dawn when everybody's sleeping or is asleep or just to wake up. That's a tradition. They know that, right? That's Arab culture. They don't do it. They don't attack at night. Why? In order to show off their bravery, because they are not scared of attacking at night. They are not scared attacking. They want to attack early in the morning to show their bravery. That's different, right? Do you understand this concept?
Yes.
Okay, let's move on. Because when Arab, so the word we don't want to extrapolate and then to sing a lot of because it's going to take us deep down in the meaning. So we just stay here. So fa'asarna, let's move on to fa'asarna bihi naqan, so that you can understand these different concepts. Fa'asarna bihi naqan. Fa'asarna bihi naqan. Isara means to raise. When they running, these horses, they raise dust. They raise dust, right? Do you understand?
Yes.
You see a horse like running, the sun raising dust, so that means the atharna. So naqa'an now. Atharna bihi naqa'an mean dust. So they raise naqa'an dust while they're running. This implies that this means that the dust became stirred up and spread upon the horizon. So people will see. We see this dust, raising dust. They know that there is something about to happen. You see, at the time of war, during that time, then when the Arab used to attack their enemies, because they didn't do it by plan. They were not launching bombs. They were not, driving whatever, but they were riding horses. You understand that? Okay. So this implies that the dust. So naqan means so the dust fasarna bihi naqan. Fasarna bihi naqan, raising dust. So this is the concept that you understand very well. Now we are at the fawasatna bihi jaman. How did they do that? When they enter at the same time into the center of the opposing camp. They just rush, and then all of a sudden, these people were taken by surprise. They penetrate into the center of the enemy forces without the least degree of fear. They just wanted to show off their bravery. Great. So you understand this part of the surah. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they switch, unlike switch gear here, they switch gear saying that the word kanud, inna insana li rabbi lakanud. What does this mean? What does it, they want to show here? What do they want to show? Innal insana li rabbihi lakanud. You don't know?
No.
No, so this interpretation, they just wanted to show all this. Why did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did all this for this human being, for this Muslim, for these people? Because Allah helped them to do so. So they would, in return, thank subhanahu wa ta'ala, be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But unfortunately, people, when they arrive at certain point with victory, they pass the test like they have you know, they defy the enemy, and then they, at the time of the battles, when there were the battles, when victory show up, so what they feel? People, when even if you want to study, there is some competition, and all of a sudden, wow, there is victory. You succeeded your test. What do you feel? You feel that because this is only you who did that. Forgetting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's why Allah is specifying, is showing, pinpointing to the human being to be careful, because human being tend to be ungrateful subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because it was not his victory, but it was the victory and help of Allah, from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who provided this victory, who helped us to achieve that goal. So that's why they say that innal insana li rabbihi lakanud. This is a sense of ungratefulness to the favors from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the expression of kanud, what does this mean? It means ungrateful, simply, right? Do you understand the sense?
Yes.
Do you understand it? The summary, what they're trying to say here? Okay, good. Now, وَإِنَّهُ لِحُبِّ الْخَيْرِ لَشَدِيدٌ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ وَإِنَّهُ عَلَى ذَلِكَ. We just said it the other day. I mean, while he's doing that, he knows that he's doing it. He senses that he's doing this because people is human being or the Muslim tend to be ungrateful. إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ رَبِّ لَكَنُودٌ وَإِنَّهُ عَلَى ذَلِكَ لَشَهِيدٌ وَإِنَّهُ لِحُبِّ الْخَيْرِ لَشَدِيدٌ. It's very important to know, because of his love. Hubbu mean love, and khair mean good, but in this context it means wealth. So his love for wealth is very intense. La shadid means very intense. So literally meaning, the word khair mean any good, as we say, any good thing. But idiomatically, like conformly, here the word khair in Arabic means wealth. It means wealth, implying that wealth is like a form of goodness and benefits that people feel, people looking for, striving to get. However, some type of wealth can involve men in untold misery, because it can happen a lot of things that you cannot control. You lose all that. You think that this is a benefit, this is profitable, until you forget to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's just what they trying you not to fall, you know, in that cave of forgetting subhanahu wa ta'ala, that now you feel that there's just only you with no Allah on your side. So this is too bad. You have not to forget Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Don't forget the help of Allah. Don't forget the help of your parents, who help you grow, and then we were protecting you during all along your study, and then now you have a good job. Don't forget. I mean, you have to go back and turn you back and look back and see that thank you Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but then and still thank you to my parents, to dad, mom and dad. All this is because of you. You raised me to become what I am today. Do you feel that way?
Yes.
Right? That's what you should feel. After you study, when you graduate, when you go to college, you have a good job. Think about your parents, and then show any kindness, any kind, a lot of kindness and gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and also to your parents. So innahu lihubbil khayri lashadid. That's what it means. That what does it mean here in this context? And they just want you to be very careful so that you don't go towards disaster once you have this wealth. Don't be fond of wealth your entire life, because it can conduct you, it can drive you to disaster. They just want you to be careful, to be mindful, really mindful to that, right? Nonetheless, according to now what they're talking about, this is أَفَلَا يَعْلَمُ إِذَا بُعْثِرَ مَا فِي الْقُبُورِ. We said all this, we don't want to go into this statement, because these statements in general, they warn man against this evil. All these are evils, because you see that man is ungrateful. He just want to turn away from his Lord, ungrateful toward his Lord, towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who remembers misfortune and forgets his favors. He forget Allah's favors. And secondly, he's passionate in his love for wealth. Both these points are evil. Don't be ungrateful to Allah, toward Allah, and don't be too passionate for wealth. So both of these points are evil, rationally as well as from the Sharia point of view. What they're trying to educate you to be very aware, not to drive yourself into abyss. Good, great. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Now, inshallah, that was about the surah. I hope that you understand the meaning of this surah. We don't want to go back to it.